Hey there, folks. Meteorologist Morgan Palmer with you on this Tuesday, July 9th. Wanted to show you a neat video from this morning. This is from Hansville and Skunk Bay on Admiralty Inlet. And this camera, I wanted to give you a view of where Hansville is, right down here. And it's going to be looking, we have a two-camera view looking north and northeast toward Whidbey Island. And that's right here from Greg Johnson and skunkbayweather.com. Starting out early this morning with some fog, but notice this fog in low stratus bank, very, very shallow, just a few hundred feet at best. We can see blue sky up above, and then eventually, as we headed toward 11:15, 11:30 on the right-hand side of the screen, there you see the steep cliffs and bluffs of Whidbey Island with Mount Baker off in the distance. That tiny white speck right there is Mount Baker off to the north-northeast. I thought that was a neat video because our low cloudiness and fog is very easy to escape from if you're in the mood to get some sunshine on a morning when we have fog in Seattle and it seems like it'll never break. All you have to do is go to the top of the Space Needle sometimes, or Columbia Center, or drive up into the foothills, and you'll just simply run away from that low stratus deck. So what happened this morning and overnight at Whidbey Island, this is the Naval Air Station, so this is displaced off to the north a little bit on the northern side of Whidbey Island, but the conditions there are representative of what we saw at Skunk Bay. Starting off at about 1 to 2 a.m., the visibility began to drop as you see 1.5 miles to 1 mile to half a mile, and from some very low clouds to fog, with the ceiling, that VV001 and 002, meaning the ceiling just a couple hundred feet at best above the ground, and of course with fog off and that cloud deck is right on the surface, seeing improvement heading toward the 11 o'clock hours. The visibility suddenly rose. The early summer sunshine really got to it, 64.6 degrees, that sun angle. That means at solar noon, a little after 1 in the afternoon, the sun is about 2/3 of the way up in the sky. If we were right on the Tropic of Cancer or Tropic of Capricorn, above the equator, north of the equator, let's say around Key West, Havana, Cuba, that sun would be directly over us at noon. But of course, at this northerly latitude, that's about as high in the sky as it can get. That's good news, though. Something else I'll draw your attention to right here. We're losing about 1.5 minutes of daylight per day. Also wanted to give a plug to skunkbayweather.com. Great pictures there. Greg helps us out with a lot of these images that you see on KIRO 7 Eyewitness News. But thought that was interesting to show you. You'll see me again tomorrow morning on KIRO 7 Eyewitness News on Wednesday morning starting at 4:30. Have a great afternoon.